Hi guys, this is Erica from Gokce Capital. Now before I begin, be sure to click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. One March day in 2019, Jose Ortiz went wade fishing along the eastern shoreline of the Indian River Lagoon. As he stood near a long dock, a homeowner came out and told him to leave. In an incident that went viral, insults were hurled and the homeowner sprayed Jose with the dock hose. Could she do this? We'll find out at the end of this video. But first, if you plan to buy waterfront property in Florida, you should understand the basics of how water rights work in the state. And today, we have the top things you should know. Number 1. What are riparian rights? In Florida, and in the U.S. in general, the state holds title to all submerged lands under navigable waters, including oceans, rivers, and lakes. However, riparian rights grant waterfront property owners the following potential rights: the right to a view of the water, the right to use the water for things like boating, bathing, fishing, etc., the right to access the water, and the right to accretion. Number 2. If you recently purchased land near water in Florida, you may wonder if your property grants you riparian rights. In order for this to be the case, your land must extend all the way to the high tide watermark. If the boundary line ends just shy of this mark, you may not be granted riparian rights, even if the property appears to be a waterfront property. Therefore, it's very important that you have your attorney review the property description in the deed, and that you also have a survey done that not only looks for the property's physical boundaries, but its riparian rights boundaries as well. Number 3. Can you sell your riparian rights? Sometimes landowners may wish to sell the land itself, but retain ownership of the riparian rights. However, in Florida, riparian rights are pertinent to and inseparable from the riparian land. Thus, typically, the rights cannot be severed from the property itself. Having said this, there have been some unique circumstances where the riparian rights have been severed and sold separately from a property. For this reason, when you're buying land, you should have your title company do a search for riparian rights and also work with a real estate agent who specializes in riparian rights. Number 4. If you're looking at waterfront property in Florida that doesn't include a dock, you may wonder if you're able to add one. Fortunately, this right, the right of an upland owner to wharf out to navigable waters, is intrinsic to riparian rights. Just note that per the Florida Bar, this right is a qualified one, so you should always check with a lawyer before purchasing land to make sure that you can do what you wish to do. And number 5. When you're purchasing a waterfront property, you should keep in mind that you may not be the only person with the right to use your property to access the water. In fact, developers of subdivisions often create easements whereby owners of non-waterfront properties gain access to the water. These rights could include the right to build a dock extending from your property and the right to cross your property to access the water. This is again a reason why it is a good idea to not only do a traditional title search, but also a search for any riparian rights that come with the property. Also, speak with your lawyer about what rights the public will have both to your property and to the water in front of it. But this question of access brings me back to Jose and his altercation with an irate homeowner. In March of 2019, Jose was wade fishing in Florida near a Sebastian area dock, but one homeowner was not happy to see him. A woman walked out onto the dock and told Jose that he was trespassing on submerged land that she felt was hers. Insults were hurled, and when Jose did not leave, she sprayed him with her dock hose. Jose, who claims to have fished the area for the past 20 years, captured the entire encounter on video and posted it to Facebook, where it went viral. In the end, the sheriff's deputies showed up and asked Jose to leave in an effort to de-escalate the situation. Yet the story did not end there. A local newspaper later investigated and found that the homeowner's property line did not, in fact, extend to the water like her neighbor's. But even if it did, she would have been hard-pressed to make a claim to the water. For under Florida's public trust doctrine, the land seaward of the mean high tide line is held in public trust to be kept open for fishing, commerce, and navigation. A fact held sacred by many fishermen, but which may come as a surprise to certain waterfront property owners. For this reason, it is very important that you investigate the extent of your riparian rights and what they do and do not include before you purchase land. In the meantime, try to leave the local fishermen alone. Otherwise, you could end up with a rally on your land. But what do you think? Do you have any stories about riparian rights in Florida? Let us know in the comments. Did you like this video? You're going to love our Gokce Land Due Diligence program. We'll make you a land due diligence expert in just 7 days. Check it out at gokcecapital.com/glad. And while you're at our website, don't forget to explore our $1 down listings at gokcecapital.com/listings. Finally, don't hesitate to reach out. You can email, call, or text, and we will respond as soon as possible. So thank you for listening, and more to come.